This is the bulkiest Floette you have ever seen. And that's because this week in the Draft League, I'm facing an offensive rain team with lots of immediate damage. So this Floette can actually survive a rain boosted max attack adamant nature wave crash from Mega Swampert, as well as a whole bunch of other attacks. And Floette really is the star of the show here. It's just built bulky with I went with Giga Drain over Draining Kiss to hit Swampert and Basculegion a bit better. Though I need a little bit of extra chip, I think, to take out Swampert from full HP or Coal Mine boosts. But I've got plenty of support for Floette here. The second star of the show really is Vivillon. I dropped the Compound Ice Sleep Powder entirely in order to have Friend Guard to make Floette even bulkier. And I gave it Pollen Puff to heal Floette. Tailwind and Rage Powder are both their supporting options. I maybe could have dropped Tailwind for Protect, but I want to test them both and see which one I find myself clicking in order to build better in future weeks. And then Hurricane just because it's the best damaging move that Floette gets, and in the rain it's perfectly accurate. So my second support for Floette is Blastoise. It's the same bulky damage trader that I ran last week in terms of spread, except it's a minus speed nature because I have Trick Room this week. I went Rain Dish, its hidden ability, because I'm facing a rain team. I might actually get to activate that. I really hope I do. And then I'm keeping the standard Fake Out Muddy Water Flip turn. That just gives damage, and then its two best support moves in my opinion for positioning and tempo control. And then Life Dew is there to punish passive play if my opponent tries to stall out Trick Room, or to heal Floette if the opportunity arises. The fourth Pokemon I threw on was Dragapult, and Dragapult's really fast. So why do I also have Choice Scarf? And that's to outspeed the Swift Swim Mons, even with Swift Swim active, even when the rain's up and their speed is doubled. It does not outspeed Jolly, Swift Swim, Basculegion, but it should outspeed everything else. And it, including, I believe, Jolly Swampert, if I did my calc right. Maybe it was just admin. I should check that before the match. But yeah, I just went with stab moves, U-turn, and then Sucker Punch in case I need to pin Aqua Jet from Basculegion in an endgame. And so I just really value, and especially into very offensive teams, not getting pinned by something faster than my whole team, and Scarf Dragapult just seemed like a solution to that problem. And then finally, there's the Trick Room mode. Oranguru, I gave it Foul Play as a damaging move so I could invest fully in bulk, and because its highest attacking stat, special attack, is only base 90. That's not that high. And then Encore, I figure if my opponent gets slightly out of position, can just win me a game on the spot. So that's, and I don't think it'll be expected, so that's why it's there. Instruct maybe could have been Protect, but it seems fun to click, and I want to experiment with it a little. And then my Trick Room setter having Trick Room should make sense. And the Mental Herb's there just because Hisui and Zorark with Taunt is something I'm sort of expecting to counter Trick Room. And the reason, by the way, that this isn't my Slowking Galar is because I really value the normal typing here for immunity to Last Respects, which can blank a Scarf Basculegion in endgames where it needs to choose one move and neither work, or can just force Basculegion at the very least to take a recoil or play mind games with whether the normal type's going to swap in if it can select between its moves. And then finally, we have Pangoro. And for the nicknames, by the way, my opponent is a huge Zorark fan, so I themed the nicknames accordingly. So Scrappy Close Combat. What on the opponent's team can actually handle that? And the answer is really just Clefable. So I threw on Gunk Shot, threw on stab moves, Helping Hand, so I at least have a priority option outside of Trick Room. And I could totally see a world where I'm clicking Close Combat plus Instruct a few times. But we'll see if it comes up. And yeah, this is just max attack with Life Orb to deal as much damage as fast as it possibly can. So this is week 2 of the TDL, a Pokemon Champions Regulation MB Draft League. I am currently 1-0. I'm hoping to convert that to a 2-0. Cut to the match now. Let's see. Okay, Clefable came. I'm glad I brought Gunk Shot. No Swampert, meaning Raichu's gonna be the one to Mega. Zoro means fun mind games. I'll probably just go for a game 1 Trick Room to avoid having to guess things. Um, I think my Trick Room mode's weaker, but it's stronger if I don't know what my opponent's gonna. It's more resilient to like really weird things that my opponent could do. So that being why. Let's see. I'm gonna write down. Yeah, Clefable's gonna be annoying as a swap in. Um, Politoed always had to come. And then Scar makes sense, but that cannot Mega Evolve. She did not draft the Mega, so that makes it significantly less threatening to me. It is the only Fairy Resist, though. So, yeah, I'm just gonna go with the Trick Room mode here. Um, and yeah, I mean, whether or not this pans out, I'll probably pivot next time to just the consistency that Vivillon brings once I know a bit more about like how my opponent is trying to approach this. Okay, I have the Walkenberry on Blastoise, and I'm real happy to have it right now. And okay, we have yeah, I think that this is just an easy Trick Room. I don't actually think they can take down the Oranguru. And so I'm actually just gonna flip turn off the Raichu, and if they can take down the Oranguru, I'm gonna really regret this. Let's see what happens. See the Mega Evolution come out. That's very expected. Oh, they just going for it. Okay, this Oranguru has max HP and only 2 points in special defense. Let's see if it can actually take the hit. Oh, it does. Yeah, Oranguru has pretty significant special. Oh, the paralysis. Oh, a full para here would be extremely bad. Not like I instantly. No, it would be that bad. So, in retrospect, I was flipping into Pan Zoro here, who is actually the Mon I want sweeping all the time except for when Clefable's out. So now I have to hit a Gunk Shot because I didn't think one turn ahead. What a way to start. Okay, perfect. Maybe I should have gone Clefable there just to cover a bit better for the full para. But this did work out. So they went for Helping Hand, Zap Cannon. I think I'm just going to Instruct here, and unless they're Iron Ball, Instruct and Gunk Shot should be super safe. Let me just like make sure that these Mons are moving in the speed order I expect. Yeah, Pangoro is 2 points slower in base speed and actual speed. So this should give me 2 shots to knock it out. If they protect or Iron Ball, I'm cooked. So let's just hope that that's not the case. Perfect. The Mon I'm not targeting protecting is excellent. Nope. Okay, I clearly did something wrong. When I was training my Pokemon for the week. Wonderful. Because that should be a 72 speed Oranguru and a 70 speed Pangoro. So, what did I do wrong there? Wow, yeah, maybe not the best way to start out the match. I probably should have checked in game instead of in the showdown calculator, because the showdown calculator does not show mistakes with training in game. And we have... we have Polytoad, which we know has Drizzle now. Which, I mean, it was always quite likely to. So this seems like a great opportunity to just Encore the Raichu. Or is it? Why Encore when I can just kill it? Oh, no, I trained them, right? I forgot the Paralysis halves the speed on Oranguru. I might be stupid. Yeah, I'm just, in that case, I'm just gonna... Actually, I'll go for the Darkest Lariat here, just to not drop my defenses right before I get attacked. It's the fish! Yeah, I sent my opponent the thumbnail for this video before the week started, and so I presume that, that might have inspired nickname. Alright, 4 gives Citrus, good to know. And unsurprisingly, Weather Ball. Okay, glad I didn't close combat, or I would have dropped there. And now they have Aqua Jet, so I still might just drop, but I have 2 turns of Trick Room remaining. I don't mind just, like, dropping here. Like, once Trick Room expires, like, I don't want Pangoro out, and honestly the same for Oranguru, so I'm just going to get down the damage that I can. And I don't really... If they are... I can stagger knockouts a little bit if they... If Basculegion protects here. So on the assumption they're going to Aqua Jet, I'm just going to double the Basculegion and I'll get big damage either way. Oh, perfect. Okay. Best case scenario, they target Oranguru. Okay, they target Pangoro. That's fine. That's pretty bad. Yeah, not getting the damage off there is very, very far from ideal. But this means I can now Muddy Water pretty safely. I'll go for the Foul Play again if they Aqua Jet. That's nice. You know, I could Muddy Water here, or do I need the Fake Out Pressure for anything? They revealed Raichu in the back. No, that doesn't really help me. Yeah, this is looking bad, like really bad, but it ain't over. Alright, the Oranguru that got failed 2 moves. One, because I did not pay attention to the paralysis, and one because it got fully paralyzed. This isn't great because even with the really bulky Floette, it can only do so much. I should have brought Vivillon. Like, honestly, like, I wanted to try out the Pangoro mode, but there was no reason that I shouldn't have brought Vivillon, like, every single time. Rain has 2 turns remaining. I could protect once to stall it out, but then if she swaps, I'm in a bit of trouble. I think I'm going to protect and Muddy Water, and if she swaps into Raichu, she's not going to want to swap in on a bunch of damage, I don't think. Depending on the item and moveset and such, Floette might or might not survive a Wave Crash. As I said, it's super duper bulky, but I like if it's Adamant or if it's Life Orb. Oh, I mean, if it's Helping Hand boosted, it's just gonna die. But I should Aqua Jet. Oh, that thing Scarf locked into Aqua Jet. Oh, that's really good to know. That thing needs to get off the board now, which means Raichu has to swap into things it simply cannot afford to swap into. I am going to Giga Drain here on the no, that's a little dumb, isn't it? If I Giga Drain the Basculegion, how much does that do? Let's see. That does like 52%. So the thing is, no, because either way, I don't want to target the passive piece here. I want to leave it on the field, especially because there's a lot of pressure being felt right now for Basculegion to swap out. So yeah, I'm just gonna do as much damage as I can to that slot. Aqua Jet is not gonna do meaningful damage here. The Scarf Lock's so bad. This thing needs to swap into Raichu, but that means sacking Raichu like in its entirety. The Giga Drain, yeah, it came just close of knocking out, which is totally fine. The healing here is real nice. And then as long as Muddy Water connects, I'm in a great spot. If it didn't, the game would still go on. Having Walk-in Berry here, by the way, is huge because not just being in range of Zap Cannon is really, really nice. And now not only is the rain over, I never got to activate Rain Dish. That's so sad. I mean, there's still at least one more game. But well, actually, the Rain Dish thing doesn't matter that much because of the complete and utter lack of Basculegion on the field. But so I think my best bet here is just attack, and Muddy Water is not that risky when you consider that no guard on Raichu I means that I will always connect the Muddy Water. It cannot miss. There could be a fake out coming out here, but ooh, just to protect. I really am interested in what this... Oh, just a double protect. Okay, that makes sense. I'm going to take the opportunity to write some notes down, such as we had Citrus on Toad, if I remember correctly. We've only seen Protect and Zap Cannon on Raichu. Clefable had Helping Hand. And I think that's all we saw. If I forgot, that's okay. Yeah, it Helping Handed, and then it exploded to a Gunk Shot. We got Scarf. It has to be Scarf, and then Aqua Jet on Bask. It's presumably Adaptability. I'll calc that if I get the chance to see next. I mean, it's not going to be Scarf Swift Swim, right? I only have a minute and a half of match time, huh? That should be plenty, but I'm not going to dally on locking in moves for the sake of notes anymore. Alright, there's the Helping Hand. Into Floette. Yeah, that's not going to KO. I guess a full para here. The problem is, even if they full pair out, like, I get to just keep clicking buttons with Blastoise. Oh, that did nothing. I forgot that Blastoise without special attack does no damage. Okay, so I just needed to dodge the full para there, and looks like I was able to. Okay, I regret not bringing the Vivillon there, and in retrospect, it should have always come whether I went for the Trick Room mode or not. If that means I have to drop Blastoise, that means I have to drop Blastoise. But this time I think I'm not going to bring the Trick Room mode at all, especially because, I figure my opponent's probably bringing some anti-Trick Room pieces this time. I wouldn't be surprised to see Vivillon again, and the problem is that Clefable is just a really good lead into Dragapult, so I don't think I can lead that, but I think I can, if I just lead things that'll, make Clefable very sad, I'll be fine. That might just be Floette, and if they go for a big Zap Cannon into it, and I guess I can set Trick Room, but, well, I said I wasn't going to bring Trick Room, but what if I did anyway? The thing is, I sort of want this here in the back. So I might lead Floette Blastoise, and that can, like, sort of force a... I can fake out the Raichu turn 1, and that means it either has to be faking out Blastoise or not attacking, and I like that a lot. I guess I could fake out Floette, and then they'd get a big Moonblast off, boosted by Fairy Aura, but, like, what I could do is just Calm Mind without going for the Mega Evolution, and that covers for that. So I like that a lot. Zoroark could exist, but what's Zoroark going to do? I checked. It doesn't get Gunk Shot, so I'm going to use Dragapult as a finisher here. Speed is cool. Power is cool. And then the Vivillon. Okay, I think that this mode is probably a little bit fundamentally stronger, though not being able to use Trick Room to take advantage of paralysis speed drops on Floette is like I'll miss it, and if there's a game 3, I'll decide what I'll bring based on how game 1 or 2 go. Yeah, I wasn't super happy with how I played game 1, especially early when I just like forgot that paralysis makes you slower. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how things go, right? Okay, so they brought Basculegion, which, if it's adaptability, adamant, what's the calc there? Yeah. Okay, so a rain boosted wave crash is about a 50-50 roll to knock out. So what I'm actually going to do is just protect and flip turn off the Basculegion here, just to get the Vivillon in safely with its sash intact. Oh, that thing used Hyper Voice, huh? That's a Zoroark, isn't it? That makes a lot more sense, because I was like, what are they doing out there with the with the Basculegion lead without rain? They'd have to like swap in rain, unless it's like Scarf Rain Dance, and I don't even know if it gets Rain Dance, and you've already seen the Scarf, so okay, that makes a lot of sense. What are the odds? Does Dragon Darts just kill? If Dragon Darts just kills, that would be like really funny. Dazzling Gleam probably just kills, though. I get fancy when I don't have to, right? Like, okay. In that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Mega Evolve and just Dazzling Gleam, and I should be able to take an Iron Head pretty handily. That thing, Skarmory does not do that much damage. And then, and I have Friendguard. And then I'll just get a Tailwind set up, and I can't imagine, like, that should just put me in a really good position, no matter how this turn goes, as long as they, like, don't, like, I don't know, Zoroark Thunderwave full para the Floette or something like that. But, yeah, this covers for a lot of options. I really like this play. Sweet, I can work with that. I guess the best play they could make into me is probably, like, if she sets like her own Tailwind, but that's still not the end of the world, right? Like, it's a very neutral turn where I still get a little bit of chip down. Dual Wing Beat for the Oko. Okay. I like your style. That's I did not see that one coming. But it certainly did the trick. Also, wow, that did like what, 65%? I'm calcing that. I want to learn something about its investment from this. Skarmory. Dual Wing Beat. Oh, that's a pretty attack invested Skarmory. That's a real attack invested Skarmory. So I'm going to stick with the Zoroark here purely because, I mean, with the Blastoise here, purely because I don't want to be locked into a move, and I don't want to U-turn on either of these Pokemon. So I'll just go for Dazzling Gleam again, which should just obliterate Zoroark, and then Muddy Water or Life Dew? That is the question. Or Fake Out. Yeah, no, Fake Out's just better here. Let's not take an Iron Head if we don't have to take an Iron Head. Okay, yeah, no, this is great. I am very happy to get significant chip on this Clefable. And it looks like it's more or less a 4-hit KO on Skarmory with Dazzling Gleam spread damage. And, ooh, we didn't get to see because we O-code it last time with Gunk Shot, but that is a lefties Clefable. Good to know. Am I in any danger of a Helping Hand Iron Head Oko? let me calc that. No, I survive a Helping Hand Adamant Oko because I'm the most physically bulky Floette on the planet. In that case, I think I just go for damage. Well, I can, but the thing is, actually, I'm just gonna protect. Like, what are they doing to Blastoise? I'll take the free chip. It's, the only way this goes wrong is if they go for, like, any form of setup, but I just don't see it. Their team isn't structured around setup from the looks of it. Okay, they went for setup. Wonderful. Shows what I know. They went for 2 non-damaging moves on my protect turn. That's great. That's really just wonderful. Wow, that healing makes a huge difference. She totally got me there. Then I'm actually going to Dazzling Gleam and, like, I could Life Dew, but yeah, no, this is not so great. I think I need to just get damage down because the problem is, like, if I take, like, a Helping Hand Iron Head here, I'm still the fastest Pokemon on the field when... Oh, no, because I have my own Tailwind up. What am I talking about? Yeah, so forgetting speed control has been something I've done twice now, and that's kind of really not okay. I'll pay a little better attention to that in future weeks. Okay, accuracy drop, that's always nice. Well, onto everything other than a Raichu. And yeah, thanks to the double up, progress was still made. And then my Tailwind has petered out. Okay. So, let's see. I think if I protect and Life Dew, like, yes, they might get more healing, but I'll survive. Like, even a Helping Hand Iron Head here, as well as stalling out. There's which they have 2 turns of Tailwind remaining. Stalling out one of those turns seems valuable. Okay, they protected. Perfect. If we both Life Dew and they lose a turn of Trickery, of Tailwind, I am a-okay with that. Yeah, that works just fine for me. And as a side note, Blastoise healing the chip off from Hyper Voice it's nice. How much does it matter? I'm not sure, but it's nice. That might be unaware Clefable, in which case Calm Mind doesn't do anything, but I think I Dazzling Gleam and how much can this Iron Head actually do? The problem is an Iron Head Moonblast definitely kills. And then I'm, like, actually, like, really cooked. That's not so great. I could sack Dragapult, but that seems like a worse position, and I think my best move here is just do damage and hope my opponent doesn't take the KO, which is a bad play, and that's because this is a bad position, and that's because the dual Wing Beat plus my opponent outplaying me and calling things is really good. However, that did not KO, actually, huh? Okay, so maybe they aren't fully 32 adamant then, and, like, even then I had a roll to survive, but I survived handily, and I had some, like, good chip. No, actually, no, I already had adamant in there, what? Okay. Specifically, Helping Hand with a max attack Helping Hand is 75 to 89%, and actually that's within that range, so I think it's, like, as long as they didn't max roll, I was fine, and they just didn't max roll. I can work with that, right? Like, the issue here is that I'm definitely in Moonblast range, right? And I haven't been paying nearly enough attention to whether I've Blastoise moves before Clefable or not. I presume Clefable's faster. I mean, actually, it has to be, right? So I'm just going to double attack. But specifically because I'm min speed Blastoise, right? And I kind of doubted min speed Clefable. Wait, what is Clefable's base speed? Am I just do I just not know anything ever? Yeah, okay, its base speed is actually is 80. No, its base speed is 60. What? Okay, so I had a really nice Life Dew play there. I could have made like Dazzling Gleam Life Dew just covered for everything, right? Like that's clearly not a special attack invested. That's clearly not a special attack invested Clefable, and now I'm down a Life Dew because I thought it was base 80 instead of base 60 speed. Not my most shining match. But I still think I just double attack here. And as long as I connect, Zoroark should be in a really strong position. I'm not going to try to get fancy with Giga Drain. It doesn't do enough. Question is, do I flip turn? Nah, I just want the Muddy Water damage, and a Fake Out just isn't going to make enough of a difference when it's a Basculegion Zoroark in the back, right? Okay, so if I could double connect here, I just get 2 KOs. Oh, they didn't go for Iron Head. I am very okay with that. Okay, they take the KO, and now we've seen all 4 moves on Clef. It's Helping Hand, Do, Protect, Moonblast. But with the very lucky double connect there with the 85% accurate move, they're down 2 Mons. I mean, so am I, but we know that they have Zoroark. Oh, but they have the Tailwind up. Yeah, okay. I might have just been completely outpositioned, huh? Yeah, Zoroark gonna die. That's a lot of Basculegion. I'll go... Wait, I have Sucker Punch exactly for situations like this one, right? I just don't know if it's enough. Like, this totally kills Zoroark, right? But then, is Blastoise ever getting through Basculegion? And the answer is simply no. How much does a Sucker Punch do to Basculegion? That's, I mean, it's my best out, right? Like, it isn't pretty, but this is my best out. It's just click these buttons until the game ends one way. Yeah, I'm going to need some, I'm going to need some, like, accuracy drops and a lot going my way. I think we're going to game 3. The dual wing beat to lose Vivillon was just pretty rough. And I don't think I played this game particularly well beyond that. Not as poorly as game 1, though. Well, there's the accuracy drop. We're in it. I'm just taking notes on their team. They missed with the accuracy drop. We see the Hyper Voice. Yeah, that makes sense. I double hit Muddy Water again. This should obliterate Zoroark. The game is not over in the slightest because... Oh, the recording stopped there. Low power mode. I'm not sure how much was... Oh, the recording stopped there for a moment. I don't know how much was missed. I got the battery notification. Oh, I have 16 seconds. I got the battery notification on my phone, and I thought that it stopped the recording, and because I'm using my phone to record, and it just well, couldn't dodge twice, but that's okay. All right, we are going to game 3. Is there any information I have that has not been written down? I don't think. Oh yeah, the dual wing beat. That's good to know. It has Tailwind, it has Protect, and it has Iron Head. So we've seen all of Skarm's moves. Alright. Well, that's the first game loss of the draft league. I'm gonna try and not play poorly this time. I think that Clefable is just a really consistent lead for them, and I think that, and they've clearly identified that, right? So I think it's safe to assume a Clefable lead, and the question is, what am I going to do about it? And the answer is, I have no idea. That's a bad answer, isn't it? What could they? I mean, the scariest thing that they could lead is probably just literally Scarm. What do I have that pressure Scarm? Blastoise is just can do chip into both. It's just so hard to justify leading anything other than Blastoise, especially with the Walkenberry. So I think I'll bring out Blastoise again, and I think I'm going to go for Trick Room, and because just Pangoro hitting everything seems really, really cool. But I'm not. In that case, I'll still lead these two. I'll flip turn out. I will bring these four. And I know what I said about how I should never leave Vivillon behind, but I think that these are the four that I need unless I want to leave my Mega behind. And even if they have like a Skarmory, I still don't want to do that. Right? Like I really want the Vivillon, but I think I need all four of these. It's Blastoise is the only one that could really be dropped, but it's just such a good blanket check into like these two Pokemon in front of me specifically. And the thing is, if they're leading like this, they're being very passive, right? Like extremely passive. Like they're not getting much damage on Oranguru. I might actually get like a second Trick Room up here, which would be just awesome. So I'm gonna Trick Room, and I could just go straight into Pangoro and start like doing damage, but nah, I want the Fake Out, and then I think I want the Fake Out. I want to preserve health on Zoranguru and play this slowly, leaving the option open for a second Trick Room. Whether that actually happens, we'll see. Okay, the Helping Hand as Fake Out comes out. That's just about the best possible way this could go. And yeah, that could have been a Zoroark, but like, if so, great. What's it doing in Trick Room? Like, I'm okay if that ended up blanking there, right? Like, unless it's like a Helping Hand, Choice Scarf, Hyper Beam, or something. I can Encore here. I've already revealed Encore though. I like Foul Play. I doubt they're gonna follow me, especially because we've seen all four moves and it doesn't have Follow Me. So I could like flip turn out into the Pangoro. But do I want to? I kind of just think I want to keep Muddy Watering and have the option to Life Dew, and maybe if these four Pokemon stay on the field throughout an entire like first Trick Room, I am totally fine with that, right? As long as Oranguru is healthy by the second one, and I get like, as long as I'm pumping out damage, like, huh? I guess they healed the Sturdy. I guess I'm not the only one to have gotten maybe Speed Tiers mixed up in Trick Room this match. Wonderful. Okay, not a ton of chip, but I mean it's something. Foul Play probably doesn't do a lot here, but I mean I like Encore here. I really do. But what I really need is getting damage down. Like how my question now is like, how do I actually get into a position where I deal damage? And that involves Pangoro, and it might involve the second Trick Room, and it might also be as simple as just U-turn. But then I have to play a kind of a guessing game with Gunk Shot. I want, you know what I really want is just as much damage as I can possibly get down onto that Skarmory, and I think that this is the best way to do it. Is just it's just double Muddy Water, right? Like, and it helps that this spreads damage onto Clefable after Clefable would Life Dew. which I mean, it's not going to life do, but it couldn't hear like after the damage, which is real nice. Yeah, I mean, that's not a lot of damage, but you know, these accuracy drop chances will add up, and connecting 4 times is nice. Like, right? Like, even if I miss like 1 or even 2, it's like hitting 2 is still a bunch, and that dual wing beat was doing nothing, right? Now okay, this is gonna seem like a really passive play on the grounds that it's a really passive play. But I'm just gonna. There's 2 turns of Trick Room, and if she swaps out Clefable here, I'm I'm actually not in a position that I love, but I'm okay with it, right? Like, because well, actually, is this Ventiler? That would be less than awesome, because I would love to see Clefable stuck on the board, unable to heal. That's, I think, a really strong position, and that's the sort of thing that that's the sort of reason that I included Encore on Oranguru, is exactly for situations like this one. And now I really like my current position, because if that thing's stuck clicking Helping Hand, like, yeah, that Helping Hand's a lot of damage, but I'm in a really good spot to get like a second Trick Room up, and I'm threatening a very obvious Encore onto the Skarmory. And I think I can punish that by just straight up double attacking that slot. And this is great because neither of my opponent's Pokemon actually want to stay on the field, but swapping is expensive for both slots. So it looks like my opponent's opting to just stay in with everything. I get the foul play off. I mean, that's great chip. It can't be healed because the Encore is stopping Life Dew. That's also great chip. A double accuracy drop. So there's now been 2 accuracy drops for this Helping Hand Iron Head. Yeah, that, and it connects, but like, that was still just no damage. And now I'm in a great spot to get that second Trick Room up I was talking about. I still have plenty of my time left. Excellent. Okay, I'm a lot happier with how I've been playing this game compared to the first 2. This is great. And yeah, I can Life Dew to heal here, which I think I am going to. And I do understand that it's passive when there's a knockout on the field, but it covers for an Iron Head flinch a bit better, and the Iron Head flinch also like means they're Iron Heading, which means that Skarmory's staying in, which means that it isn't swapping to something else, and there's I want the healing here, especially if they're going for another Helping Hand flinch. And if this misses, that's just great. Perfect. 2 accuracy drops, finally adding up. They Iron-Headed Zoroark Kanto. They Iron-Headed the Blastoise. I don't understand. Also, I'm now realizing that Iron Head was never going to go off because I am an Inner Focus Oranguru. Like, I cannot flinch, so with that in mind, I wish I had double attacked. I wish I'd just gone for a Muddy Water there, because I had the truly guaranteed Trick Room going up anyway. And I think a third Trick Room, I don't think that's necessary, though. I mean, I'll take the option. It's not like having this healing is bad, right? All right, Encore again here. And then I think I saw it expire there, right? Yeah, there's no Encore effect there. And then we're just doing damage. And the main thing here is I really want to punish the opponent for trying to pivot. I want to get... And anything that swaps in has to take damage, right? That's the rule I'm throwing down. Well, 85% of the time it has to take damage. Okay, no Encore. That's fine, right? I now have a foul play into a Ghost type. I haven't actually taken a knockout yet, but I've gotten a ton of damage. Oh, what was that? I guess that was a critical hit. Oh, on a Zoroark. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. But now what's Zoroark gonna do, right? Like, and we've seen all 4. I have just really consistent options now, right? And the thing is, I could see a Clefable swapping in. So even though it's not perfectly accurate, I think Like, okay, I could foul play the Zoroark here and flip turn. Actually, wait, that's great, because even if that means that if they swap out the Zoroark, I don't take a knockout this turn, this also this gets me Pangoro in Trick Room. That's something I do want quite a lot. And yes, perfect. Zoroark's down. So they have Clef, Basque, and then with the Mon that they should have alive that's in the back is Skarm. Perfect. And look at my health bars. After this many turns in our second Trick Room, I've taken like 15% max health on one Pokemon. Well, I mean, I've taken more, but I've healed it off. Like, this is fine. But however, I mean, the 4 I brought are still vulnerable to the same thing that they were before, which is like being pinned by a Basculegion outside of Trick Room. But like having this much health means I'll be in a good position to trade down and game if I need to, and I like that a lot. Pangoro should be... Yeah, this is a little tricky because they could just, you know... If I whiff Gunk Shot, I'm in a bit of a rough spot. But I think my best play is still to Gunk Shot, and if I don't hit it, like, I'll have options, and the foul play means that nothing is getting done with the Skarmory slot, unless... Wait, what? I thought we saw Moonblast, Protect, Life Dew, and Helping Hand. We must have not seen Protect, and I imagined it, so... Alright, that's a mistake, but now I know at least. And it wasn't in a situation that seems, like, too devastating. Missing the Gunk Shot there is less than ideal, but I mean, so be it, right? Like, I think I go for it again, and the fact that the Follow Me was done to keep the Skarmory alive instead of going for a Moonblast means that instead of clicking buttons with Blastoise, I get another shot to hit the Gunk Shot, which is awesome. Perfect. Okay, I didn't miss both Gunk Shots. I'll take it, right? Like, this was very much a week where the moves I included were a lot of, like, I have accurate moves on everything if I really need that damage, but my highest expected value damage is just clicking a lot of buttons, and my Pokemon are, like, bulky enough where I'm going to get the chance to click those buttons a lot of times, so it'll average out. Though I'm fully aware that Muddy Waters have gone above average in my way this game. I've clicked that button a lot, and I don't think it's missed yet. If it has, I forgot about it. And now Trick Room's up, and there's a full health Basculegion, and I guess they can Aqua Jet, but like, yeah, no, Trick Room's down. Well, that's Scarf, right? So that makes my life choices extremely easy, right? I just set the Trick Room because there's no Trick Room up, and I mean, I could swap to like Blastoise, but why? I have no need to, right? Like, I'd rather... This is the best play because, like, let's say it's somehow knocked out. There's almost any combination of buttons I could click in this position and win because I'm just that far ahead. Like, yeah, I mean, they had to stop the Trick Room going up, but they can't afford to take a Life Orb Darkest Slayer yet. Okay, that ends week 3. I'd like to show off the new plant for the background. This is a peacock plant. My wife has been chasing it at various stores and like at like greenhouses and stuff, but where we ended up finding this Costco on just a shopping trip. Yeah, to my opponent, thank you for the set. And overall, I'm really disappointed in how I played throughout, particularly with just like forgetting speed control and such. At majors, I take notes of speed control, but here I didn't, and I wonder if streaming this draft league is hurting me because, you know, thinking through putting my thoughts into words is where I'm putting that energy instead of taking those notes or taking notes on like movesets and stuff. But I'm having fun. I'm having fun doing this, so I'm gonna keep doing this. Though I'll make an effort to track speed control in my notes like I do at like major VGC events going forward. I was cognizant of the timer this time. I'm happy with how that went. I gotta figure out my Trick Room lines a little bit better. It felt a little awkward game one, like where things didn't really fit together. Like, I didn't feel like game one was a super dominant victory, you know? But also I made a bunch of mistakes there that certainly contributed to that. Game two, I'm glad I went for the Trick Room mode game three. I think that was really strong into Basculegion specifically, which is by far the biggest threat and the most expensive piece that my opponent drafted. I think I need to be really intentional, like, with my building, because this week I sort of like slapped on a bunch of mons, like, I'll bring this in this situation and this in this situation, but I didn't really think like, okay, what 4 am I bringing into this situation? What 4 am I bringing into this situation? I ended up in like situations where it's like, Blastoise is my best mon, and it's also the only one that I can swap up for Vivillon, and I really want Vivillon. So thinking through that trade-off beforehand instead of during the 90 seconds, it would benefit me. So all of these are lessons I've, learned in main VGC, but in a draft league where I don't quite have like the amount of prep time I'd have for a major, it's they're lessons that it's good to be refreshed on and relearn, even if it's the hard way. And I'm glad, even if I made some mistakes and was punished for them, I was able to still win the week. We're 2-0, which is a great spot to be. So this is my week 3 matchup versus the Pixies. Metagross and Frostlass are immediately the standout threats. Though the rest of the team has, there's also Mouseape and a Mega Sharpedo there, right? And the great supporting cast to go along with everything. However, I do have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do into this team. I was very intentional to draft the tools I needed to handle it, and I'm confident I can handle any one mode. Trigger's going to be building in a way that can handle all of them reasonably well, or any of them that is realistic to come. So that'll be in about a week. Until then, we're 2-0 in the draft league out of 6 weeks of the round robin season before the top cut, and see you for week 3.